This is a 2018 Nissan Pathfinder dressed in scarlet ember and is spec'd to the platinum trim level, the highest of them all. It's in a super saturated mid-size SUV segment, and to really understand it, you first need to know why everyone loves it and how it compares to the rest of the competitors. Before we dive into the driving dynamics of the Pathfinder, let's first see how it fares on the spec sheet compared to its competitors. All Pathfinders offer 3 rows of seating, good for 7 total passengers. Second row seats are comfortable and offer slide and recline features, while access to the third row seats is simple and painless, though space and comfort in the rear seats is limited. Cargo capacity is average amongst its competitors in all seating configurations, and 4-wheel drive system is available with the ability to lock into front-wheel drive orientation. There's also a long list of safety and convenience tech. Intelligent around view monitor, intelligent cruise control, which can accelerate and brake according to the speed of traffic ahead of you, blind spot monitoring system, rear cross traffic alert, intelligent key with remote start, heated and cooled front seats, push start ignition, panoramic sunroof, heated second row seats, power liftgate, 8-inch headrest DVD system, and a motion activated liftgate that I did not know how to operate. So it looks like the Pathfinder slots itself mid-pack within its competitors, while offering a healthy selection of modern-day technology. But outside of the feature sheet, how does it drive, and how is it like to live with on a day-to-day basis? So let's start off with the drivetrain. All Nissan Pathfinders come standard with a 3.5-liter V6 engine mated to a CVT transmission. It pushes out 284 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 259 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM. What that means is power delivery is smooth and swift. However, you do need to climb up the RPM range in order to feel most of the power. And even then, with this SUV weighing at 4,600 pounds, this V6 doesn't really excite the car. It's not convincing, it's not inspiring. The cabin is nicely insulated, not a lot of road noise here. People believe that CVT transmissions are quite noisy. Not necessarily the case. If I were to floor it, sure, there's quite a lot of noise. Not that it goes very fast either. And that just means you're likely to be driving at normal speeds, and at normal speeds it's quite nice, it's quite compliant. The seats themselves, extremely comfortable, well bolstered, and decent material. And the ride itself, quite supple. It definitely still has its body roll. It's not engaging like it would be in, let's say, a Mazda. However, it's not disconnected. And really, that's all you're looking for in a large SUV such as this. So what about practicality? This is probably one of the most important features within a car like this. I mean, people buy this for the space, practicality, and utility. However, I don't feel like the vastness and the size of the exterior really translate into the interior. I'm a little bit let down by the lack of clever engineering or ingenuity within the actual usable space. Minivans do an astonishing job of hiding different cubby holds, secret compartments, and otherwise a plethora of other nooks and crannies that you can actually use every day, and it becomes impossible to live with them. And this isn't exclusive to large minivans such as the Odysseys or the Siennas. Small cars such as the Toyota Yaris or the Honda Fit does this incredibly, and I almost feel like Nissan didn't really put in the effort to do so within this cabin. It's, for a lack of a better term, stark or lazy. Unfortunately, the laziness is evident in the interior fit and finishes too. What you see here, no other way to say it, is a decade-old infinity center stack design, which is really in need of a refresh. In this day and age, you don't typically see such a disarray of cheap plastic buttons over what is cheap plastic interior pieces, and all of this would be lost on me if not for this elegant wood trim running down the center console along the transmission tunnel. It's actually just more cheap plastic pieces made to look like a wood grain, and quite simply it looks tacky, outdated, and I wish they would just supplement it for something else. Heated steering wheel, something us Canadians constantly use. Typically you would find the controls on your steering wheel or your center stack, something that is easily accessible. Nissan has placed their button way down here. It's next to the traction control off button, the tailgate lift button. What it is essentially is they found an empty button and they slotted that control over there. And this is, again, a top-of-the-line Platinum version running at $51,000. And even then, you actually still have 2 empty buttons here. Lastly, we talk about the appearance of the Nissan Pathfinder. Now, I understand that looks are subjective, and perhaps Nissan wanted to create something that is less polarizing. However, I find it difficult to describe the appearance of the Nissan Pathfinder in any other way. For example, I admire the refined elegance of the Toyota Highlander, or the confident, broad-shouldered Ford Explorer, or, in my opinion, the most tasteful design of the segment, the Mazda CX-9. Unfortunately, after a week-long ownership of the Nissan Pathfinder, I can't help but feel that this is a little bit unmemorable. Now, you may argue that the appearance of the Pathfinder is irrelevant, and you may be right. At the end of the day, the Pathfinder has proven to be a capable, comfortable, and an easy-to-drive 7-seater SUV. That in itself should appeal to a good segment of the demographic. But my question is, if you're simply looking for a no-nonsense people carrier, and aren't a stickler for appearance, why not consider a minivan? Perhaps their inferior towing capacity and a lack of all-wheel drive system may sway you one way. Then again, the Toyota Sienna does in fact offer all-wheel drive, and I'd argue that the minivans outperform the SUV segment in almost all other day-to-day categories. In summary, if minivans still aren't your cup of tea, you'll find solace in the very adequate 2018 Nissan Pathfinder.